Hello, and welcome back to Karagor Studios' Remnant Lunar Archon, Session 33. We're back again this week. We will be missing next week, but we're here for this week. Things are going well. Hope things are going well with you. On the other side, on the YouTube side. You look great. Probably. So previously on Lunar Archon, the party went in and became detectives within the house that belonged to Percival and Linnea Yesvine. After looking through there and effectively figuring out that the husband had been stabbed before he'd been bonked on the head, which was the opposite of what the police were thinking was happening, and finding alchemist fire, and effectively realizing that this is a professional frame job. They went to go and ended up finding the wife at her friend's house hiding away. While they were there, the party... Oh, they also visited the morgue, met the coroner. That was fun. Enjoyed playing him. While at the friend's house... I think I forgot to write down the friend's name, but it's fine. Wait. I remember now. It was Lidda. Lidda. After... Was it Lidda or was it Letta? I think it was Letta. Ledda. That's right. Letta. They found Letta had been taking care of Linnea, and staying outside, Gambit and Doug were watching someone that was watching them. Someone who they realized is identical and seemed to be disguised as Linnea. After effectively warning the others, the group attacked this person in a fairly quick succession of charm and other spells to try and hold them in place. They realized that the person is immune to charm, and a battle ensued. Through continual use of hold person, among other spells, the party managed to whittle this person down quite a lot, getting them near death, before this person, still in this disguise, having been knocked away from their confidence that they'd had at the start of the battle, being clearly proven wrong that they were not, or proving that the assaulter, the person sneaking around disguised as Linnea, doppelganger, that's a word for it, this doppelganger of sorts, clearly underestimated the party and paid dearly for it, but did manage to, at the last second, begin to teleport away, disappearing. And I believe the party was going to try and chase after her, or was going to do something else. At the moment, you'll know the kind of general direction of south that she was heading, but that's about all you've got as she was beginning to teleport to and fro. So what would you like to do?
Feline agility. I have one third level spell left.
Okay.
Also, can we get the map back?
The map of the street?
Yes.
Sure.
I mean, I know it's kind of useless at this point because she's off the map, but...
So what does the third level spell slot have to do with anything?
I have one more try at hold person.
Ah. Okay, so Thicket is trying to chase down this person.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, who else is trying to chase down this person? What are the rest of you doing? This will all be happening at once. Okay.
I'll follow Take it.
If 60 feet doesn't get me close enough to cast it on her in that one turn, then I'll use the action for that turn to dash for another 60 feet.
Okay. Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Got two chasers, Cedar, Garand, and Doug. What are y'all doing?
I guess Doug is also going to dash forward.
Okay. Garand and Cedar?
Duran has no belief that he can catch this person. As far as he was concerned, he saw everybody doing a pretty darn good job. This person still was able to get away, so at this point, I want to at least blow her cover and reveal that it wasn't Linnea. So I guess while they're chasing, I'm going to try to formulate the best approach to try to reveal that couldn't possibly have been Linnea, I guess.
Okay. And Cedar?
I guess I'll do nothing for the time being because I don't really understand what's going on.
Y'all were attacked by a lady. She escaped, or is currently escaping, rather. Running away, but she is quite fast. I don't know if you'd be able to keep up in any meaningful way. Garon, do you remember what check you gave her disadvantage on?
I think she was restrained in the
Nah, but for your brine.
binds when I cast my brine.
Okay, so you did strength, you think?
Yeah, not knowing that she was going to be able to teleport out of it anyway.
Okay. So she will have disadvantage on strength checks.
But, I mean, it's
yeah,
which includes at least athletics, so that's still something. But
yes. Because for this, for as you chase, and I'm going to change this to more energetic music as y'all try to search for her. Okay, I need from the chasers. I need athletics checks from each of you. Doug has disadvantage because the rest of you have, or the other two of you having the ability to dash, or Phenaline agility and bonus action dash is allowing you to have an easier time catching up with her. Effectively allowing you to keep up with her teleportation. I'm going to need athletics checks from the three of you, disadvantage for Doug, as Doug doesn't have any special movement.
I'd like to argue that instead of it being a athletics check for Gambit, could it be a acrobatics check?
On the condition that the person you're chasing gets to do acrobatics as well.
Okay. All right.
So do you think they should get to do acrobatics?
Sure. Were we somersaulting over?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, Garon. I forgot that they were getting disadvantage on that.
As you chase...
I'm sorry.
Doug very quickly begins to fall behind, but Thicket and Gambit, you only see glimpses of her, moments here and there, as she teleports and jumps across rooftops, as she's clearly moving above the area. Y'all are effectively keeping up, with Gambit gaining just a little bit, but she's still a bit away from you, too far for hold person. Is there anything in particular you're going to try to do?
How is Gambit getting ahead?
Gambit can bonus action dash, so I guess just being fast.
Ah.
Like to pick up Thicket
and Gambit rolled higher.
and like try to launch him towards her. Can I do that?
Is Thicket alright with that?
Can I?
Yes.
want you.
All right, Gambit needs to make an
Okay.
athletics check.
This
Bob,
is
throw me.
And I need Thicket to also make an athletics check. What's Thicket's strength score?
Uh,
11. Okay. I need both of
I've
you to
got
make
a-
athletics checks.
I've got a -1, so we'll see how all this goes. Ooh, 10. Could be worse. Could be worse. Okay.
One success, one failure, so it partially works. Thicket does manage to catch back up a little bit, so now y'all are roughly like 2 positions, quote unquote, behind her of about, we'll say like 40 feet or so. So you're about 80 feet, 60, 80 feet behind her. She's dodging above the rooftops. Is there anything y'all are going to do, especially during this next segment? She is just continuing to dash.
Let me check what animals I have.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to roll a d4 to see how many rounds before it's going to be perception and stealth checks. They just disappear. Luckily for y'all, though, you made her expend her spell slots, so she can't cast invisibility on herself. She is, however, do a thing, but it'll be after y'all stuff.
Does it take an action to dispel wild shape?
Answer that. What does wild shape say? Oh, also everyone get a hero point.
I have a question.
It says you can revert as a bonus action.
Nice. Yes, Doug.
Anyways, I'd like to become Warhorse and have 60 feet of movement for every target, not just for
All
the
right.
one.
Turning into a horse. Gambit, are you doing anything in particular or just chasing?
Can I jump onto the horse?
Hop on.
Okay, that will make you use Thicket's athletics, or athletics for the chase, rather than your acrobatics. But that'll effectively keep you and Thicket together, regardless of how it goes. All right, and what was that question, Doug?
How far away is the assailant from Doug?
At this point, probably 140 feet.
Okay, never mind.
You rolled a 7 and they rolled a 20. They're effectively speeding on. Okay, I need to have a Thicket athletics check. A horse athletics check from.
Oh, I need to actually put horse on me.
Okay, they definitely rolled a beatable DC, which is good for you. But they're rolling mid for them, which is good for you.
Okay. Athletics.
Horse. Oh, I should move us
Did
to
that-
gameplay. Sorry, stream.
Did that take? Yes.
It did. You got a 14. Unfortunately, from what you can tell, you are beginning to lose them. They are beginning to gain some distance on you, leaving you at now about 100 and 120 feet. So they are going to mess with you. They are going to cast a fog cloud. As a horse, are you on the roof or on the street?
Street.
Okay, they're going to cast a fog cloud to try and lose you in the street. So I need you to make...
I have blind sight probably still up, maybe?
But not for 100.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So effectively, they are going to make a disadvantage stealth check, and y'all can make a perception check each. They're going to try gain some extra distance. Oh, nice.
Oh,
They nat 1 despite this, as they turn, and they actually tripped some, and so not only did you hear them as some of the shingles from the house they were on break and fall down, but they actually lose a bit of length that they had ahead of you, so now they're closer to 80 feet. What are y'all doing on this next turn?
Go again.
Keep going? Nothing
When
special?
I get into 60 feet range, I'm casting Hold Person.
You're going to shift out and try to cast Hold Person?
Yes.
it'll be fun for Gambit.
Let's see, they have not cast that yet.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything.
Okay, so that's what that does. Alright, next set of athletics checks. Oof, they rolled bad on that roll. Alright, you continue to begin to actually gain some, moving back up closer to around 60 feet. So if y'all pass this next thing, you'll be able to make the attempt.
All right.
So, as you do this, they are turning and they are going to create a wall of water across the street as this water bursts up from nowhere. It is 10 feet tall and goes across the entire street. What are you doing?
Would Thicket be able to tell whether it's something that can be just run through?
Potentially, it'll probably slow you down. You'd probably have to make a save as you go through it. But you could potentially just run right through it.
Could we pretend Trampling Charge helps me get through it?
No. I'm gonna say no on that one. You can't really trample water very well.
Can Can Gambit try? I'm 5th level, right?
Yep. Well, at your
Okay.
next long rest, really. But why? What's
Okay.
the thought?
Okay. My thought is, Gambit, even though he is an insectoid, he's not a bad swimmer by necessity. Can I swim through the wall and then
It's
use
not
my
a-
semblance? Okay.
It is not so thick that it would help to try and swim. It's like 2 feet thick, foot or 2 feet. Just rushing water, still the thing.
So how is it affecting the Thicket's ability to get through?
Because
It's just like a speed bump.
Yeah, you still have to run through the speed bump. It's basically
Oh.
to see if it slows you down enough for her to get a little bit more.
All right.
It's not
Okay, so
fully stopping you.
Can I get through? Can I like jump off of Thicket's back and get through, and then try to use my semblance to, even though you haven't given it to me, so you can say no,
I
to switch
haven't.
places with them?
The time it would take for you to do that would effectively be the same as them pushing.
Okay.
You
All
could
right.
potentially
Never mind.
try like jump off of them over it to save yourself some time, but the time it would take for you to help Thicket through would defeat
Be
the
the same.
purpose of Thicket just slowing down
Okay.
a little bit, moving.
Okay.
Thicket very well could just stop and use destroy water, but that would take more time.
Yeah. So Thicket, I need you to make a straight strength check against their DC.
Strength. Check.
Yep.
I just click on strength and put it in the box.
Yep. I think is the same as your horse athletics as well. 13, unfortunately, it does begin to slow you down. And as this next one moves through, I need both of you to make perception checks, as she is going to try to hide.
Not even worried about it.
Thicket barely manages to keep on, as she also got a total of 23. As you continue this chase. Okay, next set of things. Are you doing anything special this time?
Running.
Because you are still about 2 points behind her.
Yeah.
Alright, nothing special, just keep going. Alright, make another set of athletic checks. Make another athletics check. At this point, she is beginning to lose you, getting about 90 feet away from her as she is teleporting and jumping across these different buildings, zigging around, making it hard for you to follow as you are running past crowds and people who are easily, at this point, 1,000, 1,200 feet away from where you're from. See, does she have any other things? She doesn't really, unless there's something special y'all are going to do. She's basically just going to do another set of checks.
I have a full hour of this.
Well, yes, but
Yeah, I don't.
effectively it's seeing if she can last long enough to stealth away. And
Gambit's going to pat Thicket on the shoulder and be like, "You got this, bud. I believe in you."
if only
He
you
does
had,
nothing because
if
he's
only
not
you
a
had-
bard.
if only you had bardic inspiration. All right, make
Yeah.
another athletics check. Oh, unfortunately, as you roll low, she is continuing to get even further, about 4 points ahead of you now. She is going to make another stealth check. I need both of you to make perception checks to see if you can keep following her.
Damn.
As you begin to follow, as you're moving along, you begin to get through one of the more crowded areas. You see a couple of market stalls. It is the middle of the afternoon. You actually see she teleports into the group of people, and after a few moments, as you try to maneuver around, you've lost her.
Dang.
Take a breath. Thickets can still be hoarse for an hour, but at this point, you just kind of have to guess and try to follow along with her, and there's no guarantee you'd find her again.
Gambit's kind of going along, and then he realizes that his hat is off, and he's like, "Uh-oh," and he like puts it on really fast.
I'd say a thing about, oh yeah, I can't show anyone you're fondest, except you're actually a wanted man, so that's fair.
Yep.
Alright, meanwhile, back at the house, Garand, you were saying you were going to try and do something to effectively prove or guarantee Lene's innocence, yeah? What are you doing?
Yeah, so that fight seemed like grand, or at least grandiose enough to warrant onlookers. Is that... Whoa.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Is that accurate?
Yes, as you quickly look
bystanders?
around, no need for checks or anything, you see people out looking through windows, and you see a couple of the doors along the street begin to open, and looking down, you also see coming down from the other end of the street, you see several guards heading your direction, hustling.
Alright, then I'll say, good people. Which one are we? We're not in Schist. We're in
Sheer. The other SH.
where's it called? Sheer. Yeah. Good people. Yeah. Good people of Sheer. Have you not seen this? This imposter. It's bewildering. Now we've got a proper clue of where to go and what to look for. If anyone has any notice of anything that she may have dropped, let's see if we can find it, and we might be able to locate her through some magics. And I will be looking about to see if I can find anything.
There is a woman and a man that
kinda
come out
like-
of houses. The others seem to go back into their houses after a couple. Well, not a couple, but this guy and this woman from separate houses come out. You see the guy is a human and the woman is a half elf as they step out and kind of like nod along and begin to help you look for stuff. Make an investigation check. Oh wow, that's very good. Let me check something. Where is it? There it is. Okay, you would see. You do find in one of the alleyways that you'd effectively cornered her in, off to this side over here. You see a scrap of brown cloth that seems to have been cut off at some point. Roughly disconnected from whatever it was, whatever piece of clothing it came from. Seems to be a very fine,
Alright, well, I'm going
dark,
to,
almost leather-like cloth.
Okay, I will hold on to it and be ready to give it to the guards.
The guards arrive as Ulrich is also coming out of the house. What was that?
So, someone was impersonating your sister, mate, and it's not in the friendliest of ways.
God. Do you think that's...
Someone running after her, and hopefully they'll catch her. But
guard arrives. Who's this sister? Who's this impersonator? We heard there was fighting. What's happening? As they pull up their spears, like pointing them toward you. Don't draw any weapons. Sheath your weapons.
So I have no weapons drawn. I'm holding up one empty left hand, and then that bit of brown leather or whatever in my right hand, and I will slowly begin to approach, trying to smooth over the situation, trying to persuade them to listen to us so that we can give them a proper account of the events.
Okay, Doug, Cedar, are y'all putting, sheathing your weapons back?
Doug is still on the roof at this point. So he's just kind of I guess, on the lookout. Is he recognized or no?
The guards would be able to see you. You were standing on the roof, they were running up. Be able to see you.
Well, he's just gonna be up there for now.
Okay. Cedar, are you sheathing your weapons as these guards approach?
What does sheathing mean?
Putting up.
Yeah.
Right. They come up. Say again, what was that? What's happening?
So we've made our way to try to investigate the location of Linnea for questioning in regards to her deceased husband, and in so doing, some of our more...
That's the fire girl, right? The one with the house burned down?
Yes, but she wasn't even there at the time. However, this person that we took off this bit of leather, I believe, while we were trying to fight them and detain them in order to turn them over to you. This person was lying in wait, kind of sort of savoring what they thought was their victory. Unfortunately, they were not ready for the messengers and for the many messages we had for them. And so...
Messengers, are you some kind of adventuring group?
Been chased. Indeed we are, sir, and I'll happily regale you on many of our tales. But in the meantime, I have some of our team is chasing her immediately, presently, and hopefully they will acquire her, excuse me, and we'll see. But she was very, very deft at teleportation, so she is able to disguise herself and escape. It's not a trifle, unfortunately.
You said you located the Linnea woman? He looks over. You said this
Indeed we
guy's
did.
sister.
Indeed we did.
You bring her out here.
Indeed we have. Certainly. She is under my protection, however, so I will have to accompany her to make sure that she is treated well. I would not want anyone to misinterpret. And you can ask all of these witnesses here. They will say that they look the exact same.
He nods over to the man.
And I'll go in and
Does it look like her?
Get her.
As Linnea comes out rather frightened. Yep, just a... Huh. He goes over. Sir, I need your name. May need you to attest in court over this. They talk for a moment.
Certainly,
seeks to
absolutely.
Get the information. And walks back over to you, Garand. Alright, you, the Linnea girl, the rest of you, I don't care if you come along. I will need that evidence, though, as he holds out his hand for the cloth.
Oh yeah, I handed it away. No problem. It's right. I'm definitely above board.
Takes it. Alright, we're gonna need to take you back down to the barracks, talk to the magistrate. Rest you coming along? He looks to the other messengers. Actually, probably will need you to come along anyway. Y'all are in a fight. Nods to one of the other guards. You stay here, wait for the horse and the... Or not the horse, wait for the compatriots, he said. We'll take him down. And assuming
Excellent,
you
thank you,
follow,
sir.
the guard is going to begin to leave you for our Maverick, Cedar, and Doug coming with.
Doug is just going to ask the guard waiting of, don't you think they might need to see a friendly face to, come along with you more easily? So can I stay behind?
Alright, that's fine. Cedar, are you going with?
Yes.
And the 5 of you, Garand, Maverick, Cedar, Ulrich, and Linnea, begin to be escorted. In the meantime, the other 2 of you, did you say you were making your way back?
Pickett will familiarize himself with the area where we lost her and then head back so that he can give an accurate report as to her last known whereabouts.
All right. All right. After a few minutes, taking a look around, y'all would come back and you would see Doug sitting on top of a roof with a guard standing next to a door at the bottom. The others nowhere to be seen. Is Thicket still in horse form, being ridden by Gambit?
Yes.
Gambit is entering his horse girl era.
Good for you, Gambit. As you arrive, the guard looks over. Hey, need you to come with us. Or me, rather. Got some questions about what happened here. I don't know why I've decided that all the guards sound like this, but they do.
Would the guard be confused that there's only one person?
He's heard people call horses compatriots before. He's just assuming it's just Gambit. Is this the one you were talking about? Yells up to Doug.
Yeah, that's one of them.
It's
the
both
other?
of us actually. Right here, Gambit pats the horse.
Alright, I don't judge people on their friendships. Yeah. Looks up to Doug. Come on, we gotta go.
And then Doug teleports down.
Right?
Gambit is now realizing that he's agreed to go to the
Yep.
courthouse. He's a little nervous, but now he's in too deep, so if he refuses, it would be suspicious.
Excuse me. Arriving at the courthouse, those of you that went first, the 5 of you, you were all led to effectively a questioning room, a simple standard room with a small window. And at this point, there are 6 chairs set about as you're let in. Back at the same barracks that Oscar works at. We're let into there and sit down. What's happening? Ulrich says. Did you get did you get a way to prove it? Do you know what's happening? Going to happen?
Well, at present, the best that we can do is the fact that your sister is no longer going to be looked at as the culprit. Unfortunately, it does make her now a target for this other person who may or may not have gotten away. We will find out soon. If we've recovered them, then that's better. But even if we hadn't, they could. It's unlikely that person's just randomly doing something like that on their own. So.
After a few minutes, Oscar comes in before the others have even gotten there. And he sits down. The 6th seat. Okay. Can you run it over for me? I hadn't expected to see you all back so soon. I see you found the girl. And around then...
We did so.
At this point, Thicket, you would be toward the latter end of your thing, probably 12, 15 minutes left. Are you going to go into the police station as a horse, or are you going to transform back?
He will ride it out as long as possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
after getting some skeptical looks, the guard leads you into the barracks and then into the room. As you all see Gambit, now not riding the horse, a war horse, and Doug enter the room. That is very quickly getting very crowded.
Doug's gonna mention to the guard of, do we really need this horse in here? It's a bit crowded.
You said there's one
Yes,
of the
we need a
Patriots.
horse in here.
There you go. That's all I've got. All right.
Is there?
Was that Doug, right?
Yes. Is there not a stall you can just put the horse on or something?
I notice you're missing the cat. Is that the cat, or is the cat somewhere else?
I mean, I just know that they both ran off, so who knows?
Is that the cat? He looks over.
It is.
Looks across everyone. Okay.
Thicket headbutts Doug gently.
Cedar leans over to Doug and whispers, "Hey, do you realize that the horse is Thicket?"
Doug just whispers to Cedar, I wanted one person to be outside in case something were to happen.
Oh, awesome.
Just
Want that person to be Thicket?
Gambit
As a
volunteers. Gambit will go outside.
The door as you go and grab it is locked.
Oh,
It's
Whoop.
just y'all in here with Oscar right now. Is there a reason you're leaving, friend?
I was just gonna go get some water. I'm kind of thirsty from chasing mysterious doppelganger across the city.
You can do that once you've finished answering my questions.
What if I pass out?
Too bad. I'm sure one of your friends has a water skin. I can have some brought to us if really need be.
I have milk.
See, your friend has milk. Perfect.
Would anybody like some milk, sir? Would you like some milk?
That would be lovely, miss. Also, Abby, do you know what the Dawn Guard Magistrate looks like?
No.
I'm gonna reshare it. This guy.
Okay. Yeah, he looks like he could use some milk.
He will happily take a glass, pulling out or grabbing a wooden cup that there are a couple already on the table, seemingly for if they wanted to serve water to whoever's being questioned. Alright. Hopefully we can do this quick and we won't even need a zone of truth. Tell me what happened. Give me the rundown since you spoke to me earlier today. Anyone? If not, I'll start asking specific people.
Well, once no one seems to be interested, Garand will go ahead and lay it all out. But there will be a little bit of subtlety involved, in the fact that I'm going to point out the bridesmaid is the alibi for where the wife was at the time of the murder, and then that we found her and brought her there to stay. So I'm kind of like mixing around some facts, so probably a deception.
Okay,
But-
trying to give a version of the truth.
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
Are you gonna like leave out like the alchemist fire or the fact that the stabbing happened? Like
No,
the order?
no. I'm actually gonna hold those cards back until I see how this deception goes, because
Yeah.
you never know how things
Yeah.
play out.
So,
So
what are you either tell me what you're leaving out or what all you're telling him, so I can have an idea of what's
okay.
going back.
So effectively, I'm going to get into the everything that happened. I'm going to leave out the immediate findings of what the coroner told us. I believe the coroner already told them anyway.
Yep.
So it'll be one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm remembering something, and so like I'm withholding it so that later when I remember, then it can be that like maybe I don't have the best memory. I'm effectively playing the person and not the story, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then the fact of the alchemist fire stuff, like him getting credit, I'm going to point out that he was the one that said it, which is still technically a lie because we were the ones that discovered that. I think it was Maverick maybe, but then him recognizing that like for it to happen that much, that quickly, that fast, like it would have to be something more potent than regular magical fire, or just even a regular fire from like an item in the house. And
so you're
I'm going
leaving
to leave
out
that.
so
Mostly
far.
the
You're
main thing I'm
leaving
leaving
out stuff from the coroner's office. Are you telling him that you visited the coroner's office, or just not telling him the stuff you found out from the coroner's office?
Yeah, we went to the coroner and he showed us, like, we didn't,
You looked at the body and then you went.
Yeah.
Don't mention
And then-
anything about that. Okay.
Yeah, and then we were trying to go to the bridesmaid's house. We were going to go to any friends that she had, and in so doing, and this is probably where the real deception comes in, we found her hiding out. So that's the truth, but not exactly the way that I'm going to spin it. We found her hiding out, and we made sure that she was safe with the friend while we went to go investigate and see if we could clear her name. And as we were doing that, some of our group saw the impersonator outside, I guess basking in their own glory, and we proceeded to try to detain this person because it's not every day that a person looks like the spitting image of someone else. So, and then the fight ensued. So,
Are you gonna tell them anything in particular about the fight, or just tell them how it happened?
oh, I'm not. That's 100% on board.
Okay. Everything
from the fight then on, because I don't want my story to contradict with any other witness's story. So, talk about how we knew that we needed to detain her. We tried to stop her again and again and again. She is apparently surprisingly powerful, was able to escape us, I guess, because we didn't have her in custody. We did have some that were trying to chase her down, but instead of being able to properly, fully detain her, she was able to get away. So.
Okay. As you do this, make a deception check. You talk him through this. And is anyone else adding anything? Mentioning anything that he doesn't, or just letting Garon do the talking for the moment?
Probably just gonna like nod in agreement. I'll say, listen to him. But yes, let him do all the talking.
As you see, Oscar pulls out a notepad and begins to write things down. Interesting. Did you discover anything of interest at the coroner's office?
Now will be my aha moment. Oh yes. And I'll mention the assassin's stiletto stab underneath the arm, as well as the alchemist fire and the burning.
He continues to nod and write things down. And is there anything else you're keeping from me?
Not that I can think of presently.
Would you mind if I see your hand?
Sure, and I'll give him my hand.
How would you say is your constitution ability to... How's your aura? How strong is it?
I don't know. I mean, we just took on a rather powerful, effective assassin, and we're all moderately fine.
Good. In that case, don't freak out. He's going to pull out a dagger and stab your hand.
Oh my gosh!
Right. Well, freaking out does happen unless there's a command in him not freaking out.
He will make an attack roll that does hit. And as he pulls it out and stabs downward, you see a glow upon the dagger and in his eyes. What's your alignment?
Chaotic good.
Okay. In that case, you're going to take a little bit of damage. Not a lot. Just a little bit. You take 6 points of piercing damage and 6 points of radiant damage. Maintaining concentration as you feel this radiant burning energy as he stabs into your hand. Mostly piercing just the aura, but it does nick your hand and get a bit of blood. As he pulls it back out, he says, "Sorry for the surprise." And then he will reach out his hand, pass his hand over yours as he casts Cure Wounds. At 2nd level. Aware that he dealt some damage, and you regained 14 hit points. Bringing you back up to full as he passes his hand over yours, and the nick seals up. Interesting. I can tell you're a kind heart, but you've got an interesting streak inside of you. Is there anything else you've been lying to me about?
No. I'm like, he's very confused at this point. Like I mean, he just got stabbed, and then he healed him. So,
Good.
you know, it's...
Given the complications in this particular case, I will be summoning one of the sisters from the Church of Aether to come cast a Zone of Truth, if that's alright. Just to clarify everything is on the right. Especially as he glances at Linnea. Make sure all alibis check out. Normally I wouldn't, and I'd take you at your word, but I've got an odd feeling about this one. Case. As he stands up and wraps his hands on the door, like hits his hand on the door. Door opens, and you see the same guard that led you in. Go get to Sister Alexandra from Church of Aether. I need her help. Tell her to make sure she has Zone of Truth prepared if it wasn't already. Guard nods and exits. Oscar closes the door again. Sits back down. So.
Hey, so question.
Yes, is this for me or Oscar?
For the Dungeon Master.
Yes, what can I do?
He's talking to the guard or whatnot. Where is the guard positioned in like regards to me?
The guard is just outside the door, so depending on where you are in the room, the guard would be something you could kind of see, but not super easy.
Okay, so, Guron, was there anything that you said that was not true?
From the sound of it, I don't think you said any explicit lies.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't outright lie.
I guess then never mind. I was going to do something, but I might wait. Never mind.
Okie doke. As he sits back down, he looks around. So, I guess I should get your names. I don't remember that I got them all last time. You're the messengers. As he looks around. What are your names? What can I know you by? I already know you. As he looks toward Ulrich and Lene. Ulrich Morning, Lene Yesfine.
My name is Cedar.
Cedar.
Is Thicket still a horse at the moment?
Around this time, Thicket would be on like the last 30 seconds. He's about to become. Your name is Cedar. Where are you from?
Yes.
Sorry. Where are you from?
I've been through a lot, and
If
I'm gonna
Abby
be
doesn't
honest with
remember,
you.
I can tell you.
Thank you.
You're from Moraine. Basalt.
No, I'm not. Yes, I'm from Basalt.
You're from Basalt. Okay. Right?
I'm on bath salts.
You're on you're taking bath salts.
I'm on bath salts.
All
He
right.
asked me where I'm from, and
If
I'm like,
Thicket's
I'm on.
not
I'm on
back
bath
to normal
salts.
by the time it's his turn, he'll nudge Cedar
Okay. He
to
looks
try
over
and be
to
like,
next.
introduce me.
I'm Maverick. I'm over from a Miocene. Interesting. I noticed you aren't wearing a symbol of the Queen. Are you freelance? I can tell you are at least somewhat good, unlike some of your peers. Yeah, I'm good. But I don't follow the Queen. Respectable. Looks over to Gambit. Who are you?
Gambit.
Make a deception check.
I hate this. I hate this.
0 point?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Go for it.
And luckily I have good deception. Oh, that was
Would you allow me to
almost
use a
one.
reaction to like say to be like, you got, oh, this is my dear friend Gambit, and then as that, I'm actually inspiring. Would you? Would you
Yeah,
allow
it's
something
okay.
like that?
I'll allow it. You can use a bardic inspiration and add it. I'll allow it. Gambit, roll another d6. Assuming Gambit wants to use the inspirational. No,
Did
yeah,
it not work?
I didn't see a d6 go.
Okay. I'll
You
try
have
it
to,
again.
and you have to use it before you know if it succeeds or not. So make sure you get a 24. He looks up and down. And where are you from, Gambit?
He's on bath salts too.
Yeah. I'm also from bath salts. I
Oh.
love taking baths with salt.
Yeah.
You
The
look
bath-
familiar.
Bath
I
with
wonder
the
why.
salt. It's good.
You look familiar. I wonder why.
I just have one of those faces.
I disagree. As he looks on to, as Thicket begins to change back into Cat. What's your name, Cat?
Hi, I'm Thicket.
You're from the forest, right? I think you introduced yourself last time.
Yes.
Wonderful. And you, Orange Sun.
Doug.
I've met a few of yours before. We don't, as far as I'm aware, there are none in the dawn or in the dusk quarter at the moment. There might be a few throughout the city. We don't tend to employ mercenaries terribly much here. Which is why I'd ask you all not cause too much strife. Well, I do have quite a bit of pull. If you become a disturbance, we may have to ask you to leave the city. It'll become too much of a problem, okay?
That's okay. I'm not here for you.
Good. Let's see. That, I believe, is the whole. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Ah. What brings you? Looks like we're still waiting on Miss Alexandra. You said you were escorting Mr. Ulrich, yes? What do you think of the
Certainly.
city?
Well, it's not often that I get stabbed and then healed immediately by the guard, so, I mean, that's something.
To be fair, most people don't have the ability to read the hearts of others. I had to check. If you'd been a perfectly kind individual, lawful, caring, it would have actually healed you entirely. Wouldn't have damaged you in the slightest. Unfortunately, there's a bit of darkness in you. Not enough for me to be terribly suspicious. You seem kind-hearted. But you're not.
I mean, who doesn't have a little bit of darkness in them?
There are a few. That's why I always keep cure wounds on hand. Don't worry.
Oh, I do too.
I didn't intend to kill you, though if you'd been an outright evil individual, it might have been enough to knock you unconscious. But at that point, I probably would have executed you where you stood. So it's a non-issue. A few moments pass.
I think you should know, I don't trust people easily, but,
A good trait to have.
well, I've learned not to. I know that being with these people, even just for the short time that I have, they've been very trustworthy.
You seem quite honest.
I try to be.
Tell me, you serve Sylvanas, right?
That's right.
What do you think of the world? Are you the type of follower that believes humans should be reduced, held back from the wilds? Do you believe that the wilds are a part of us like some others do?
I think everybody has a bit of nature in them. Doesn't matter what your race is. Everybody's got a little bit of that in them.
Good. Good. You're a kind person. The door opens and you see a fairly young, probably 22-year-old half-elf woman step in wearing these yellowish gold robes, bits of yellow and white. Steps in. You requested me, Oscar. Yes, please cast a zone of truth. If you don't mind, all of you, I'd appreciate if you would fail the attempt to pull you under its sway, if you would allow it to overtake you. We can
You can't-
properly accept the conversation.
Will they know if you?
She will.
Okay.
Well,
she
if
will.
any of you decide to resist, I ask
Okay.
that you don't. And is anyone going to resist as the nun takes a moment and casts a zone of truth?
No, I guess not.
All right, I was gonna say I'm gonna watch Gambit. If Gambit looks like he's gonna let it happen, then I'm going to. Otherwise, I was going to probably go bananas and let Gambit get a chance to escape.
All
He's
right.
thinking that at this point he's got to do anything at all to be not suspicious. So if he tries to go for it, to fail it, to try to resist it, then that'll be super suspicious.
It's true, it would be. All right. For the next 10 minutes or so in game, you are all required to say the truth. You cannot tell a lie by any means. You can dodge the truth, you can tell half-truths, anything like that. But you cannot outright lie. He looks
So they're
to you.
gonna know I'm not on bath salts?
Well, does Cedar know?
It's going to be a
on bath
question
salt?
of, does Cedar know she's not on bath salts? Because it's what Cedar believes is the truth.
So true. Are there bath salts for her to be on?
Yes, but I don't think you've been on bath salt. I don't think you've been doing bath salts like you would
Not
do
that
drugs.
you know of.
I'm pretty sure Cedar hasn't. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but you know.
No, you're right. I just think it would be funny if she was.
If Cedar was just actually high this whole time on salts. Uh, he
It's
looks
not, like-
around. So,
And like didn't tell anybody else in the group. Just like got high.
he immediately looks to Linnea. Did you kill your husband? No. Were you involved in the death of your husband? No. Why did you leave your house that night? I received a letter from my brother that there was someone trying to blackmail him and threatening me. Do you know who this person is? Says, I don't. Ulrich says, someone called the House of RP. Your nods. And you were with your friend Letta the night that your husband was killed? Yes. Looks to Garand. Is everything you told me over the last few minutes true?
Certainly.
Please say yes or no.
Certainly is yes, but alright, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Sometimes things can be intended to be abnormal. And I always like to make sure things are perfectly simple. Did any of you lie about where you are from or what your name is? He looks around. I see.
I guess Doug's going to speak up to avert from his gaze going over to Gambit. Would be, well, I would say no, I didn't give you that information, nor did you.
Orange Sun. Doug.
Yeah, that's me.
Are you from the city of Kukinia?
No.
Where are you from?
That's a great question. Growing up in the Orange Sun, we moved around quite often. Therefore, I don't necessarily have any ties with any particular city or town.
Not personally, anyway. Understood.
Correct.
This person, are you certain it was a doppelganger and not the woman here?
If not a doppelganger, someone who's very good at disguise. It could have been magically assisted, I suppose, but
I saw who it was. Oh, did you? Please, tell me what you saw. Well, it was a woman. Long, big hair. She was tall, at least to me. Mike is gonna pull up the picture so he can describe it in Maverick's voice. He wore lots of brown clothes, black boots. He had this fancy rapier. Her skin was kind of bluish with like these blue eyes, and her hair was kind of blue. She wore gloves, long ears. That's about all I saw. Something like a sea elf, then. Probably. I haven't seen too many sea elves. Let's see. Sea elf Triton. Something like that, maybe? Had a blue person. Let's see. Is there anything else any of you would like to say? While I know that it's the absolute truth.
I'm not on bath salts.
I assumed that was a joke. Where are you from?
Oh no, I am from basalt. I'm just not on
You're
bath
not
salts.
on bath salts.
Yeah.
Well, if you're hoping to get some bath salts, there are some good ones in the city.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
we're stuck in sand and hot and heat every day. Have to take
Well, I
good care of
think
our
that makes
skin.
Thank you for letting me know.
Welcome. Stick by the market, I'd recommend the day quarter. The rest of you, I don't want to have to use a zone of truth again on you. I Well, if I have to. Is there anything I should know?
What about you? Is there anything that we should know?
Huh. Well, let's see. I'm a magistrate. My name is Oscar. I've lived here my entire life. Used to be ruled over by... Now Mike is trying to remember who ruled over the city first. You. Yeah. Where's the Where's the notes?
Are you a member of the secret usurpers group? Wants to free the city?
No, are you?
Oh, it's just.
Do you have any evil
I mean, I
plans?
thought if you have the son of truth, it might as well have fun.
That's a fair point. Are you part of the Shade, I believe they call themselves? The previous ruler was a dragonborn named Ravos. Are you part of any group like the Shade Tree?
No. Are you?
No. I'm not part of any secret evil organizations, rebellions, or anything like that. I'm a magistrate and my desire is justice. You were saying something, Kat?
Do you have any evil plans?
That depends on whether or not you consider pranking my wife evil.
I would say so.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say wife, fiance.
Even more so.
And I guess I do have some evil plans. Nothing to be worried.
Do you have other evil plans outside of the pranks?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Speaking of justice,
Is the lord of the city noble?
So Xander? Yes, I believe so. He is quite passionate. He's a very strong leader. He's gotten me and others to believe in his calling and glory of Aether, the protection of the people. It's actually through our devotion that the Order of the Dawn Guard was created. It's the magic of our group, of our devotion to one another and to serving the city is actually what gives our magic its capability.
Have
Yes, I
you
believe
ever
he is a good
talked
leader.
to the moon?
I have not. You mean, as in speaking to Erebus? I'm not much of a prayer myself, but I know people that do. In the moon itself, I have no idea. Not something I've ever done. Do you speak to the moon?
Yes.
Did it ever speak back?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious. What does the moon say?
The moon gave me my name.
The name Thicket.
Yeah.
Did it give you anything else?
Did it give me anything else, DM? I forget. Oh, yes. I remember.
What did it give you?
It gave me this body.
Huh. About the rest of you, are there any extrasolar creatures, fantastical beings that speak to you on a regular basis?
Sometimes my mom comes to visit me in my dreams.
It's very sweet.
sometimes I hear a voice in my head telling me, should I do this? Should I do that? Does that
Voice in
count?
your head.
Does that count?
I don't know if it does, as the woman pipes up. Spell has ended. Is there anything else you need me for? No, thank you, Alexandra. I appreciate your time. She nods and steps out. For the moment, that'd be all I need. I wish not to put you under any more spells. Keep each other safe. Ulrich, Linnea, it would be alright, I would like for you to both either stay with me or in the guard barracks for the time being. I'd like to keep you under protection, given that there seems to be someone trying to kill you. Would that be alright? Guess so. Yes, we can stay with you and your wife if that's alright. Or with you. Right, because they're not married yet. Fiance, I keep messing that up.
Beyonce?
Not Beyonce, fiance.
Oh.
An F, with an F and 2 E's. Yes, just stay at my place then. If you don't mind stepping outside, I'd like to speak to the messengers. They stand up and head out.
Are you going to stab us again?
I'd prefer not to. Besides, it wouldn't do any good. I can only do that fancy thing once a day. This city, the Dawn Guard, isn't much for mercenaries. While you may find some work here and private citizens, the Dawn Guard itself prefers to handle things on our own. It's alright, we will be keeping the scrap of cloth you gave us as we continue our investigation. Please do not get in our way. I cannot guarantee a reward if you find any more information. And if you find yourself breaking any laws, even for an attempt to get information, you may still be charged as citizens. Be aware.
Doug chimes in. Well, I'm here on a different mission. You mentioned justice earlier.
Yes.
Do you know anything about white iron?
White iron, the memory iron stuff.
Yes.
Might be able to find some. There are some smiths in the city. If not, I've heard that there's a way to make it, but that requires a wizard. Not my style.
So you don't know anything mentioned about, I guess, a correlation between justice and white iron?
Not in particular. My sword's not made out of it. Sorry. Hope you have some luck finding it, but I don't know any more than you when you asked me last time. He stands up. If you don't mind, I have some other things to attend to. The guard will let you out. He opens the door. Thank you, Jeremy. Steps past. The guard steps in. Alright. Let's go. And assuming you let him, he will lead you all out to the front of the barracks. Right. Assuming the silence is consent in this case, though that's not a good rule. Right? Yes.
But before that all concludes, Grun's going to see if that means that they can let the messenger, the courier, if they can let him go so that he can get back to work.
Yes.
Also,
all right, then I'm going to go say bye to him.
Also, did he place the cloth down anywhere?
No. Y'all never got the cloth back after the guard took it.
So, I mean, is the guard still, visible?
Nope, it was a separate guard from Jeremy.
What cloth are we talking about?
Garand found a scrap of brown cloth where y'all had fought her.
Oh.
Do guard went?
He went into the barracks. You saw him head back, down the hallways, but without some searching, you wouldn't know exactly where he took it.
Can I do, a perception check or something?
Investigation. Fine. Take a guess. All right, with the total of 20, you would be able to surmise pretty well that the way this place is kind of set up, there's one section that's the barracks, as it's kind of in an L shape. The building is kind of an L shape with a barracks on one side, and then what appears to be a jailhouse, seemingly temporary, for the back end. And then the front, kind of where the two lines for the L meet. That area is where the entrance is, as well as you've seen different guards walk by. You assume some kind of offices or where they keep things. You'd assume that if there is an evidence room or where Oscar's office is, that it's probably in one of those two places within that corner area. You would be able to see exactly where that is, but you know the general part of the building. You would know like this door, but with a quick look around, you could probably find, if you were to start walking around, be able to find some kind of evidence.
Okay.
As for the courier, as you head off to the barracks, you see him sitting down, still reading. Hey, that was quick. What's up?
Well, we've got great news. You can head on back to work. It
Oh,
sounds
wonderful.
like, and I'm going to point to the guard, make sure that he's confirms what I'm saying.
Yep. Wonderful. I'd love to get back to work. Did y'all find out anything I should know? I haven't really been able to get any extra information. I did hear someone say that the Shade Tree place, that the way that they suspect that like the Dawn Quarter, that there's a Church of Erebus that kind of might like know something about it. If you want to go talk to the people there, maybe they know where to send you. But that's all I got.
I heard there are bath salts.
Well,
in
that's
the
quite a bit.
corner.
It's just something I heard passing by. Bath salts? I mean, sounds nice, but I've never been one for that kind of fancy stuff myself.
Not for baths. I mean,
Oh. Like, are you talking drugs?
yeah, bruh.
I didn't know you were a stoner.
I didn't either.
Oh. Goodness.
I just told him I was from bath salts, and he was like, "Here, I'll tell you where you can get some."
Are you sure he's not talking about like actual bath salts?
Oh, now I'm not sure.
Okay, well, good luck whichever direction you end up going with that, I guess. Yeah, is there anything else you'll need from me before I go back to work? I'll probably end up leaving tomorrow. It's already getting late.
You don't have bath salts, do you?
Yeah,
No, I don't have
okay.
either version of bath salts you're thinking.
yeah, Garon's going to tell him everything as far as they know it, and
Wow.
not holding anything back, and please make sure that Mr. Vichy gets it.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll go back there then. Alright. I will do so. Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad I could help. He gives you thumbs up before settling back down. And as you'll exit the barracks, I think we're going to take our break there. About 8:50 now, so we'll take a 10-minute break and come back about 9.
Coolio.
Beans. Wasn't expecting drugs this episode.
I mean, me neither.
Yeah. Who knew that you being from Basalt would end up involving drugs in the campaign? This is a PG-13 campaign. No, not curse words, but violence.
There's
For my-
suggested themes, I guess.
Hmm?
I guess that now there's suggested themes.
I guess so. Not often, but occasionally, I suppose. And for my own edification later, Micah, it's the 19th of April, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Near 417 Post. Gambit, if you hadn't spent the hero point and the inspiration, really either one of those, but if you hadn't, he would have known you were lying. With certainty.
Mm.
You barely got past it.
You really made it? Good.
We're very close.
I was so scared the whole time.
Good.
Way to get like a disguise kit somewhere.
Well, he is wearing a disguise, technically.
But like, it's just a hat, right?
Basically a hat and an eye patch, yeah.
That's like any cartoon or anime ever, to where one piece of clothing changes everything.
Is there a magic shop that sells Superman glasses?
Harry the Platform.
I've done before where I've asked if I could have, like, instead of a hat of disguise, glasses of disguise. That just, instead of like letting you change, it just makes you like less noticeable if you wear them. The Superman glasses. It's great.
I'm just imagining the Home on the Range movie where I guess their brothers can't distinguish the difference between their crime boss when he like puts on a hat or takes off the hat or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Sorry, my headphones glitched out.
No biggie. Headphones do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be back.
Oh my goodness. You get in the lake. Oh my goodness.
Jack keeps forgetting that Doug is really good at sleight of hand and should have done something with that cloth before it was carried away.
What was that cloth again?
It was what assailant was wearing, which could have been used for detection.
Would we need it for anything?
I think Garand or somebody can locate an object.
Hmm.
Or I guess maybe the jackal could smell and search.
Huh? Oh, teaching Jackie how to smell and search things.
Or I thought, didn't someone have like a locate spell based off of like
Locate object.
there's a lot of die rolling.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Always the thing you want to hear from the DM. Yeah, don't worry.
Yep, that's a lot of die rolling. Don't worry about it. Not important. Just need to check a couple things. Just need to unhorse Thicket.
So how is it that Gambit is able to use their semblance at the moment?
He's not.
I'm not. I've just been doing puppy dog eyes.
Jocelyn just really wants to. And I said no.
That's
Oh,
okay. It's okay. It's valid. It never hurts to try to ask. That's my opinion.
It only hurts your
Horseback
heart.
riding in a high-speed chase was not cinematic enough.
Well, it just wouldn't have been helpful.
Yeah,
Like, there's
I
no
know.
reason it would have come up.
It would have
Like-
been helpful.
It would not have been.
could Gambit have switched with the assailant and then?
Not yet, no.
Nope.
Though we haven't
Not
seen it
that
yet.
high level.
Yeah, that's one of the higher level versions of the thing, because each of y'all, as you level up, will gain higher level versions of your semblances,
Ooh.
which sometimes will be different things. Sometimes it'll just make one of your things better. For example, since we know that Cedar has earth shifting and cast mold earth anytime she wants, and can use her HD to make herself faster. At level 9, she gets to basically throw rocks as attacks. She wants to.
The rocks.
But she's basically got minor earthbending as her semblance.
Ew.
Which is funny because there's basically an actual group of earthbenders in this country that I made. I added them to the world of Remnant. Because I like having temples that go based on the elements.
So this dog that we are dog sitting until September has
That's a
the
long time to dog sit.
So yeah, has the hiccups right now and is like curled up in her bed, but the hiccups sound like she's like scraping plastic along, like more plastic.
That's no
I
bueno.
get the back for her.
She finally stopped, but it was just like I'm just like, what is that sound?
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
The dogs that I am dog sitting currently won't let me give them a bath, but will swim in the lake and come out smelling like fish.
Oh, you're at that place.
Actually no, I'm at a different aunt and uncle.
Never mind then. Where is Thicket's token? Because for some reason, when it reverted from being wild shape, it erased Thicket's token. Oh,
It was like that before I went into wild shape.
well, now it's back. That's why. I had to rename it for something else when I made the reactive images on the thing so that people can tell when people are talking. Because I figure, sometimes when people are talking in an audio format, it can be hard to differentiate who is who. So if we have the thing on there that reacts whenever you talk, then people can know who's talking. And I decided to make mine Eisen from Tales of Berseria. Tales of Berseria is a great game, and I like Eisen. He's a cool dude. I may or may not have named the Pirate Lord in this campaign after Eisen. Not the point.
Is the last name Hauer?
No, there's no last name. Because that's a thing that happens a surprisingly large amount of the time in D&D.
Last name of the Southern Isles.
Pirate Lord Eisen of the Southern Isles. Like, Rayne has a last name. Let's see. Zhenpeng has a last name. Gorwyn Evanstar has a last name. You'll know Sonata Tatsui. He has a last name. It's Sonata. Or is it Tatsu? I don't remember which one's supposed to be first. I think I Latinized it. No, I did not. His name is Tatsui. Sanada is his first name. Call him by his last. Wait. Yes, his first name is Tatsui. His last name is Sanada, but you call him Sanada because of the names. Asian names are that way, and I have a hard time remembering.
Wasn't there that demon sword lady, Yumi, or something, have a last name?
Asuka Yori. Yes. I'll call
Yes.
her Asuka because Yori is her personal first name. First name comes second, and you call them by the last name, which comes first.
Yes.
Like Fa Mulan.
Yeah.
Give it.
I think.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And where did we run into at? Was it Schist?
Shanpeng? Yes. He's Miocene.
No,
Asuka.
Asuka? Yeah, you met her in Schist. Thing of meeting people and doing stuff. Is everyone here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sapphire Fire.
Well, someone made the reference of the Southern Isles, which is from Frozen, and it's Hans and it's Anna when she's trying to talk about how she knows his last name, and I thought it was funny, and then just everything else was like, yeah, Sapphire Fire. I feel like that's a good time for that.
Fire. Hope everyone got your water and stuff.
got coffee.
Nice.
Yeah, I got Diet Coke, which is water now.
But it's not milk.
It's not. I've stopped drinking milk for the time being. I know.
Are you living vicariously through Cedar?
A little bit. Because milk's been making me feel sick lately, so I can't drink a lot of it.
Me too. I've been trying not to have too much. Unfortunate.
It's terrible. It's a curse.
Have you-
Becoming normal
Have you
mammals.
tried lactose-free milk?
No. But I do like almond milk, so it won't be a hard switch if I ever have to. The only hard part is
Okay,
milk.
well, I
It's
do.
hard to cook without dairy.
I really recommend lactose-free option. I have so incredibly enjoyed lactose-free milk. I think it even tastes better.
Wow.
Yeah, I've tried it. It tastes pretty much like regular milk.
Well, that's good.
You don't have to. I mean, like, it's fine if you like almond milk, but it's still almond milk at the end of the day.
Of the non-dairy milks, I prefer oat milk for sure.
I was about to say, don't say oatmeal.
I
at
love
least-
oat.
Oat milk is top tier.
Yes, ma'am.
It's fine, but it tastes like oatmeal is the problem.
I like that.
What's wrong with oatmeal?
It's fine, but oatmeal's just so boring.
No, it's
We
not.
found ourselves an oatmeal hater.
Well,
I mean,
oatmeal's
I like flavored oatmeals, like strawberry oatmeal and stuff, but like just standard oatmeal is awful.
Who eats standard oatmeal without like seasoning it with other things?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Cinnamon, apples.
Eating white rice for white rice.
I love white
Only,
rice.
only noobs
You know, I live
eat
in-
it plain.
Noobs.
I eat it.
I
Yeah, Chris.
I guess I'm a
was
noob.
gonna say I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster, Pennsylvania is the home of the Amish, and they do a lot of plain things up here. So
True.
anybody who is a fan of the plain oatmeal may really enjoy coming for a visit sometime.
I've been to Amish country
video-
up there. It's a nice place. It's nice
Video?
to be in. They're pretty chill.
Okay, I was gonna say if you ever watch the video for Amish Paradise, he actually has a picture of him next to a Lancaster County sign.
Anywho, back to the game we're playing. Yes, so as you all exit the guards barracks, having effectively been I hate to say it, but it wasn't me. Basically, it was literally Oscar railroading the conversation so that he made sure he knew everything he needed to know. That's also known as an interrogation. So what would the party like to do as you exit? And it is roughly 6:30. You've got approximately, let's see, it's April. You've got like 2 hours of sunlight, like an hour and a half of sunlight left.
I was gonna make a joke being like, it wasn't me, it was my OC.
Thing is, I'm literally playing all of them. So, yes.
I would like to find the bath salt.
Where you look.
The day quarter.
Alright. So are y'all heading up to the day quarter?
Yeah.
Okay, so you spend about 30 minutes or so getting up to the day quarter from where you were.
Wow.
The quarters are pretty big. Here. Several city blocks. And by several, I mean like 15, 20, more. It's a walk. And y'all left your cart in the, I believe it was in the night quarter? Yeah, the night quarter. Where y'all went to get the sketchy hotel.
Do they have like a market or anything over there?
There's not, as I scroll to it, there's not a direct market, but there are various shops. As you see, a significant portion of the shops are actually fairly close. This is the first time we're all going to the day quarter itself. You see the day quarter is dominated pretty significantly by the fairly large Daystar Citadel that you're able to see from most areas of the city as it goes up effectively 3 large layers, each that go up 30, 40 feet, reaching to the next one, various walls and buildings on top of each other. The Daystar Citadel is locked, like it has a wall around it before it gets to the rest of the day quarter. Y'all don't see the gate from where you are, or any of the gates to get into the Daystar Citadel from where you're heading to. But as you look around the day quarter, you see that fairly close to this wall and to the Citadel, there are quite a few shops. It seems that out front, like a few blocks from the wall, there's actually an open area that has some kind of stage on it. There's no one up on the stage at the moment, but there's a fairly large open area in this central, not quite park, on the account of it being sand, but this open, what could be a market, but you don't see anyone out there at the moment. You do see various shops on the different sides. It does appear that a lot of them are closing up, though. But you do see ones that you would notice. There's Potion and Peddle. What seems to be some sort of herbalism shop, apothecary. Immediately would be noticed by Thicket. Thicket would immediately be able to notice and tell that this is, in fact, a spot where you might find flowers. But that is currently closed. It is currently closed. You do see another one, Carrying Causality, because I like alliteration.
Oh, this better be the let me in gift. No,
Let
never
me
mind.
Let me in, please.
Carrying Causality, you do see what appears to be different lotions and stuff on the outside. And this appears to be the place where you would get bath salts from. It seems he was talking about actual bath salts and not drugs.
Well, you'll win some, you lose some.
Yeah. No drugs for Cedar yet. Maybe
Does
I'll
it
find
say
some.
when the flower shop opens?
Let me roll a thing to check and see if that's something they would do.
While they do this, Doug is kind of interested in what bath salts actually are. So he just goes around noticing, I guess, the different fragrances.
So, like, looking into the window, into the care and causality, you see different lotions, different jars of stuff. You see one jar that does say bath salts on it, and it looks like it's just holding a bunch of rocks. A bunch of small, like, almost sand. And thicket, you do find that inscribed on the door, like, carved into the glass in a fairly nice design. And then, like, carved in and then painted onto it so that you can clearly tell where the indent is. It does say opens at 7.
What
Well,
time
actually,
is
it just
now?
says 7 o'clock. Is at this point, it'd be about 7 p.m.
What time did it close?
There was not a mark on there for the close.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Are there any like it doesn't want to look creepy, but he does want to see if there's like any
You know what?
flowers visible in the window
I rolled the check,
to
and it
window
did make
shop.
the point. There is a sign on it that says closed at 5. I'm sorry. Yes, it does say closed at 5. But looking through the window, you do see there are quite a few flowers. There's what appears to be a potions rack on the back wall. There are flowers all over the place. You see different mushrooms and different herbs growing on one side. You see in the window, actually, near where you are, like right in front, you see several pots of marigolds.
I love that.
Peonies.
I may not know my flowers.
I don't know my flowers, which is why I have to go ahead of time and look and find what flowers are going to be in a given city. But unfortunately, it does seem that both of these stores have closed. It does seem to be
That's
fairly quiet. I would also like Garon to make a general intelligence check. And then I need to know what Thicket's passive perception is.
I believe it's like 17 or 18. Let me check the exact number. 18.
18? Okay. Okay. Thicket. You notice, as you are walking through, the streets are fairly quiet, but occasionally you'll bump up against people. You are a fairly large group walking, even as you pass around.
As we pass around,
As you pass around for several people, you see someone stepping through, kind of like almost absentmindedly walking through your group. They bump up against Garand, begin to move past, but as they bump up, you see their hand shifts into his pocket and pulls out this blue sapphire-like gemstone out of Garand's pocket.
Hey, stop that!
He looks up, which I believe... what is the other passive perception? Anyone with a passive perception of 14 and higher would have spotted this.
I believe that's also Cedar.
So both of you would have seen.
Perception?
Can I make a reaction to grab?
Sure, make an athletics check. And Cedar, your passive perception is listed on your main page next to your senses. So your passive perception is 17. Grant, make an athletics check to try and grab this person as they will begin to freak out and try to move.
Where is perception?
Perception should be on the skills tab under the P section. You can either find it on the main page next.
On the main page, it's underneath all the different tabs and whatever. There's race, background, senses, and then there's perk, PRC, PERC. That's
I
perception.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's 17.
Nice. And this person is going to make a general dex check to try and avoid Garand. as he tries to pull away. As he tries to pull his hand back and step through you, but Garan, you grab onto his hand. Hey, it's fine. Sorry, that was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. As he holds his fingers out toward you in the grabbed hand. Just take it. I promise I will do nothing else. This was all a misunderstanding.
All right.
I smell a lie.
I draw him in. I draw him in close, and I kind of look menacingly at him, and I kind of growl, and I say, "You're a small fish, and I want the biggest one in the ocean." And I'm gonna do an intimidation.
While he's being intimidated by Garant, can I pick his pockets?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Can I do the same?
You also make a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
Mother get mugged.
Woo.
So Gambit, what are you looking for?
Anything. I'm grabbing anything.
Uh,
Nobody pickpockets my friend without getting pickpocketed back. That's my rule.
Okay. You
We
reach
love
your
to
hand
see
and you
it.
pull out a small pouch of coins. You'll have to take a look to find out what's inside, what all is inside. But you grab a pouch of coins. Doug, you actually rip part of his pocket as you gruffly strike into it. Hey, we're good here. You're right. I'm a small fish. I don't know the big fish. Is there anyone in particular you're looking for? Because I mean, there's not really much of. I'm not a part of any group or anything. I'm just kind of here. It's fine.
Why did you do that?
This guy's gotta make
Sorry.
a living, you know? I
And-
mean, I heard there was a rich dude, and I didn't. Well, you know, I figured I would take my chance. I didn't think you'd miss it. It's a small thing, right? It's just a tiny gem. The marble, basically.
Incorrect.
It's not a marble?
Isn't it one of the?
Yeah, it's an elemental
we-
gem.
Isn't it one of the summon ones?
Yep, it is
Yeah.
a magic item. This guy may not realize it, but he is holding something that is easily worth 200 gold.
Yeah.
All right,
Now
we
then.
got ourselves an guy. So do we want to interrogate this person, Garant? Because this is what we've been setting up ourselves for.
Well, so peanut gallery aside, the first one that tries is usually trying to get noticed. It's usually the second or probably the third that really tries something and who's probably pretty good at it that really might be our best bet. But I'm down with trying because you never know. He could be a dude that knows something, and we have 5 things we want to investigate here. So I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Garand, are you checking your pockets?
Yeah,
In addition to the gem,
Man,
which I'm going to unmark
wait.
as missing, you also see that your vial, that your Storm Phoenix tier vial is missing.
Okay,
Okay, well then I don't know.
we're gonna do a full search of this dude.
Out in the middle of the street, or are you going to pull him into an alley? Or...
We're gonna pull him into an alley.
Okay. Pull him off to the side and pat him down. You
I don't
see he
personally
does.
see what's the point of being discreet. He started it.
Fair. He has a short sword. He has a hand crossbow. You found it in the pouch. There were 16 gold pieces. Gambit. He does have a set of thieves' tools on him. He has a a tinderbox. He's got a few different sticks and a few different implements that it seems like he would probably use to set off traps or things like that. He's got a few different stones, and he's got a climber's kit in his backpack. That's
Doug?
effectively all you find. You do not find the... Yes.
Doug's gonna check the area where we were before we took him in the alleyway to see if he dropped something for someone else to pick up.
Make an investigation check. Not that you can find. Seems to be clean. Listen, hey, I'm just a guy doing it. I'm just working, you know, just like you. I'm just trying to make a living. It's fine. Let me go.
Have you
It's,
ever thought
not
about
only-
asking nicely?
I've found that asking people nicely doesn't usually get them to give you.
Now look,
Why did you think it was okay for you to take
you
it? That's what I don't understand.
I just heard on the word on the street is this Garand Evanstar guy, which I think is you. He points over to is rich and doesn't seem to have any idea how things work here. Doesn't seem to pay that much attention. Seems kind of dim. Seemed like an easy mark, you know. That's what people are saying, and so I thought I'd take a chance, you know.
Well, that seems pretty stupid.
right. Well, unfortunately,
Yeah, clearly it was the wrong decision. I didn't realize he'd have an entire posse. I just thought you were people walking down the street. Okay.
right. So your answer to this is, I didn't think I'd get caught, so please let me go. No.
That's
also,
not. Oh, that's
there's
a fair point.
something much more important than this even missing, and so you can start losing fingers one at a time.
That's all
until
I got.
you let me know how you're gonna help me. So,
I didn't steal anything else from you. I tried the one thing. I've got nothing else. Maybe it was one of the other guys. I mean, if there are other
Lied.
thieves. It's fine. Don't.
Right,
Don't
well-
take my thing. Please don't take.
I want to see if he's lying.
Roll an insight check.
Let me move all my tabs.
He seems to be pretty scared and seems to be telling the truth. Either that or whatever you want to hear to not get his fingers cut off. I could tell you maybe where someone might have sold it. There's a fence. He's over. He's the guy that runs the Moonlight Garden.
No,
maybe
no.
he bought. Oh, okay.
you're gonna walk us there. You're
Sure.
going to lead the way, and
Okay. Oh, take my.
since people think that they have the proper bait, the proper mark or whatever, I guess everyone's going to need to learn that we're not looking for little tadpoles. We're looking for a shark.
What kind of person are you looking for? I'm not part of any guild. I don't know if there's any guild. I'm a guy on the street. No. Maybe is there somebody
Your man
looking?
was looking for sharks.
Maybe there's some. If you're looking for someone specific, maybe I can help you find them. Like I'll take you to the Moonlight Garden. But if there's someone in particular, that's all I've got.
We'll see. I've got them like pretty much well contained, and I'm hoping that
Yeah. Definitely got him
Maverick or
emotionally
Doug
scared.
will-
What is this person wearing?
And
He is wearing fairly basic clothing,
Like
nondescript.
a robe?
That was an accident. They'd be, pants and a shirt. Got a couple of different pockets, wearing a small backpack.
Okay, can I try to slip a piece of my torn, flowery robe, the white and blue, into his back pocket?
Or make a sleight of hand check.
Well, do I get advantage since he's being held?
No, but he doesn't stop you. He realizes what you're doing and he just lets you do it.
Can I notice if he notices or not?
Yeah, you'd be able to tell, as he would glance back.
I was like,
Doesn't
since
say
I torn your pants, I thought I'd give you a little material that you can later patch it up with. Might add some.
Yeah, thanks. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Maybe you'll set a trend. Who knows?
Sure. A few minutes pass as he walks you back, as you do find he leads you to the same Moonlight Garden Inn that y'all went to. the first inn y'all went to, where he basically wanted to charge you to tell you where another inn is. This is the place. There's the guy. There's the fence. That's all I know. I sell my stuff to this guy and move on with my life. Just recent, man. I mean, with grim attacks, it's hard to go out and hunt. You know, it's do what you gotta do. Just take my gold. If you want to take any other stuff I have, that's fine. Just let me go. Forget about this.
We don't need to take anything. I think you just need to understand that you can't take other people's stuff.
You're right. I'll stop. I will not do this ever again. I'll get a real job. I'll go straight. It'll be fine. I will
Is there
do nothing.
anything that you need tonight?
To not be held captive.
Like, you don't have any physical needs. There's
I've got a
nothing
place.
we can do for you tonight.
I've got a place I can stay.
Okay. Do you have food to eat? Do you need milk? I have lots of milk.
Anything you want to give me, sure. I mean, I can take care of myself, but sure, I'll take free milk.
Cedar gives him the... Wait, do I have anything to give him milk in?
Just his hands.
Does he have a bottle?
He does
like
not have a bottle
ton
on him, no. What is in Cedar's?
Doug has an empty jar.
I think it could make one out of ice, but it'd be very cold and it would only last an hour.
Chilled milk, you know.
Let me see if
you
I
have-
don't have a thing, I may use
You don't.
Doug's.
You don't, not really. You want to use one of Doug's old oil containers from Laceophenes? Or do you want to use Thicket's ice cup?
I guess the ice cup.
Alright, he will take it. Thanks. Thank you very much. I have my
Be
stuff
careful
back,
with that
or-
cup. It only lasts an hour.
I will drink it quickly then. I have my stuff back, or are y'all gonna hang on to it?
Well, is it yours?
Yes, those things, the climber's kit, the scimitar,
Is he
sword that's
telling
on
the
mine.
truth?
Make an insight check.
I'm gonna give him.
He seems to want them. He seems to be telling what he thinks is the truth.
Should we wait until after we get what we want?
No, you should definitely give it to me now. I'll be on my way.
What do we want? We wanted to know where the underground was, and we found that out. So, do we need anything else from him?
Maybe we can give him the gift of charity?
Is there a secret password?
Not really. I mean, Perez is pretty chill. I mean, as long as you can let him know that you're on the up and up. I don't know any passwords.
Is there something we have to give in order to get in, like admission?
It's not really an admission. He does all his business right here, pretty much out in the open. You sell him the thing and you walk away. Or you buy the thing, I guess. I don't really know how he sells the thing, but that's all I've done. After you walk up, put the goods on the counter, tells you how much you'll pay for it. Either slide it over the counter to him, or you take it and walk away.
Is there some sort of identification mark to where they
None
can?
that I've done. Like I said, I'm not too deep in all this stuff. I'm just a guy. I've done some basic pickpocketing. That's
He sounds exactly like Gambit.
it. Actually
Listen,
guilty of
bud.
the crime he's been accused of.
Well, I mean, they accused him of murder, and he said, "Nuh-uh, I'm just a little guy."
This is true, but at least Gambit was telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy's telling the truth too, probably. At least from what Thicket can tell, he seems to be pretty scared out of lying right now. He's got 6 very strong-looking adventurers telling him what to do.
I don't
But
remember
to
if
give
Ticket
him
has asked this
his-
yet or not, but Ticket's gonna ask, have you considered trying to find a job at the church?
I will. I think that would be a great idea.
I'm gonna give him his gold pouch back, but it has 13 coins in it now.
He will not question you. He will say nothing. Assuming I'll let him go, he will dash off immediately. As he disappears running down the street.
What an odd fellow.
Garon's going to head inside and
It's not really an inside, it's the same kind of inn as before. There's a door that leads upstairs, and then there's basically an open window and a bell.
okay, so like a counter
Yep.
situation, like a drive-through almost.
Yes.
All right.
Drive-through inn.
The ones in Breath of the Wild.
Sure.
All right. Ring, ring. It's gonna be 2 loud rings, like slam, slam. I'm not like trying to be extra obnoxious, but I'm definitely saying this is not likely to go well.
A minute passes by, and out steps the same gruff-looking halfling. He steps toward the counter, steps on a stool up toward you. Alright, back again. Find that inn you were looking for.
Indeed, and apparently we've also found a nice fence to keep things safe.
Wow, what a nice find.
Perchance you have anything of interest recently acquired?
Recently acquired, like today?
Yes, like today. In fact, I would even say within the last hour.
It was a little more than last hour, but that's something you in particular might be interested in. I think if you know what you're talking about, I think 10 gold to do the trick.
Well, I need to see it so I know that it's mine.
Yeah, you'll see the goods when you put the money on the counter.
Listen, buddy. I've had a long day, and I'm getting to the end of my patience.
Does
So-
it seem like he's lying about having the item?
Make an insight check. He seemed to know what you were talking about when he brought
Does Maverick have like an illusion spell or something?
Find out.
For like the coins?
No. He has no illusion spells.
Mm,
Could you
Listen, it's been a long
describe
day.
the item so that we both know?
Well, it's kind of glassy.
Uh,
It's got a nice spark to it, you know?
No,
Really,
I don't know.
Does that match the description? I don't remember what we're looking for.
You're looking for Garon's Arcane Focus, which is a small glass vial filled with this bluish liquid that, as it moves, seems to almost transform into lightning as it passes around the bottom. Like I said, 10 gold, it's all yours.
Thicket gives a thumbs up to Garon just as like a peace of mind thing.
No, buddy, Mister, Sir. Uh,
Yes, Scampy?
yeah. You will show it to us right now, and maybe we'll pay you the 10 gold, or you're gonna have to go down on it.
Darn, I wish I knew what you were talking about. And I definitely can't find something unless I have an incentive to look for it.
Can Doug do his little like shimmery, like echoing on and off thing for intimidation?
You can make an intimidation check if you'd like.
Can Gambit also look intimidating and give him advantage?
Sure.
Like pull his knife out,
All right, Doug.
Start,
Roll a second one.
fiddling with it.
As he looks around at all of you. All right, fine. As he reaches into his pocket and pulls out the vial.
Can Doug do sleight of hand?
What are you trying to do? He's holding it like in his fingers.
Like, can I take it with one hand and replace it with a empty
With a
vial?
What are you trying to replace with the vial?
I have.
Because I'm not
Like-
totally sure how you could do this stealthily, like holding it in front of you in his hand.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna take it regardless of him seeing it or not. Can I do that?
He will immediately try to pull back, so make an athletics check.
Go.
He will
okay.
manage to pull back and step back down off the stool. Hey, you know, I'll give you a deal. 8 gold.
Is
7.
the vial still in sight?
Yep.
They could cast hold person.
He's
Yeah.
making a wisdom save.
Let me check. Yes.
What is the DC?
16.
16?
Mhm.
Oh, your DC is 16? Big caster.
Wow, that last fight awakened something in Thicket.
Apparently. Old person is what
It's just
awakened
very
him thinking.
excited to use hold person. There's no grim.
Yeah. He stops and does not move.
There you go.
Get it, dog.
So Doug once again goes for it.
You lean in the window and pull it out of his hand, and he is stuck standing there.
I think we're done here.
Yep.
Pickett gives him a pat on the arm.
Is there any else that's valuable?
Not that you can see. It seems like the room that he has in front is incredibly nondescript. There is nothing.
Can Doug check his pockets while he's held?
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
You've got... No, there's no roll required. He has 5 gold in one pocket. And there is an item in the other pocket. Let me find it for you.
Can this person move his eyes?
Yes. He is staring daggers at you. You pull out... Oh, where is it? There it is. This crimson gemstone. Seems to have a slight glow and is warm to the touch.
Doug has one in one hand, and the item in one hand, and the gold, and just kind of looks at it and is like, "Which one do you want us to have for inconvenience?"
Gold.
We'll pretend he can speak.
Gold. Gold.
Doug will hold on to the crimson thing and give him his 5 gold back. Now you're.
And we are currently in cahoots with the guard. So you good luck trying to report this to like the police or whatnot because we're currently working for them. So
Yeah, right.
you
Police
messed
in
with the
this
wrong
city.
people.
As he shifts, coming out of whole person as it would have ended after a minute. Yeah, right. They don't like adventurers here.
I think they'd be very interested to know how you came upon that vial in the first place.
Yep.
Please, it just showed up on my desk one day. Don't know what you're
Okay,
talking
that
about.
doesn't
Sure.
sound like a real thing. Things don't just appear places.
Yeah, it was dropped in front of my shop. I don't know what you're talking about. But you know what? I'm done. I don't care. Take it. Go.
You know what? Doug's like, you know what? I might give this back to you if you can tell me who dropped it off.
That was a common thief. Must have gotten lucky. Nothing special.
No description.
Dwarf. Pretty agile little guy. Pretty, pretty small for a dwarf. That was it. Bill dude. Name's what's his name? Two Fingers? Call him. On account of the fact that he only has 2 fingers on his left hand. That's all I remember. He's not a guy I work with very often. He doesn't bring good stuff. Like I said, he must have gotten lucky getting it from you. Didn't even know how much it might be worth. He got 5 gold for it. Idiot. That's all. I'm done. He reaches up and begins to close the wooden blinds in front of you. And you hear something set behind it.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess he want the crimson item.
He seemed
Yeah,
to
you
be.
get to keep it.
Yeah, he seemed to forget that that was part of the deal. He would just like get out, go.
More than likely, he just didn't want it to get worse, so he's like, "Let me cut my losses," kind of thing. But
Yeah.
So Doug just kind of the crimson item to Garon, and it's like, maybe you know what this is, or can find out.
yeah,
Okay.
I should be able to know by morning. But I was hoping that we'd be able to get some more information out of all this. It's unfortunate, really.
Well, we know the person can't be omnidextrous.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can go pursue the dwarf in the first place, but I don't know. Oh well. I guess we can head back to the other inn. And we'll just have to be extra secure from now on. Unfortunately, the baiting trick didn't work as I'd hoped. Either that or it worked too well, one of the two.
Word on the street is there's this Skaron guy. As you head back to the inn. I mean, I guess how well it worked is depending on what you consider success in this instance, what you wanted out of it. Goal is to find a Thieves Guild. It doesn't seem like it did that. Definitely got your name known out there, though. So, y'all just heading back to the inn, or are you doing anything else?
I think we've done all we can for today.
Yeah, I think we all should rest before we get ourselves into more trouble.
Yep. Gambit wants to get a drink in before he heads to bed.
Alright.
Too close to getting arrested.
Around the time you get back to the inn, you see Eleazar. So, you playing tonight or not?
Yeah, you know, I've got just the song in mind, in fact.
Right? I guess that's your meals then. Nods to the rest of you. Come on.
So, quick bite.
It's pretty
And-
basic. It's some bread and soup. It's not a fancy meal, but it's free. Mhm. And you can go ahead and make your performance check for the night. See if you can draw in some people. The rest of you, what are you doing for the evening? As it is now about 8 p.m. on Wednesday.
Going
Gambit.
to bed.
What's Gambit doing?
Gambit is going to get a drink and sit at the bar and just kind of,
Fair.
Doug's gonna be looking for a two-fingered person.
Okay, Doug, make an investigation check. Is Thicket doing anything in particular?
Thicket is cheering on Garand.
Okay, Garand, make a performance check.
I was just typing in my song theme. the idea. So
Never enough whispers when you need a word, too many hands.
Thicket whispers to the party, "Hey guys, was it too much using a old person on that guy?"
you did great.
Okay.
I thought it was really cool.
Garand, you do extremely well. Netting, despite the bad atmosphere, you get 8 gold pieces and 7 silver pieces, 16 copper pieces over the night. And Doug, as you're keeping an eye out the tables, you look over to the bar and you see a dwarf, a skinny dwarf, and you see on his left hand he only has 2 fingers holding the cup that he's got.
How does he hold the cup with 2 fingers?
It's like pressed against his palm. As he's
You
only
said-
got.
He's at the bar or behind the bar?
He's at the bar, like sitting at the bar drinking something. It was 7 silver.
Is there anything noticeable about his attire other than like clothes?
Pretty nondescript clothes. You see he's got a brown cloak. He's wearing fairly heavy-duty boots and pants with a standard cotton shirt. Almost like construction, but not quite.
Can Doug see Garon? Or
Garand
I
is playing very well, and people are singing along.
Who
Garand
noticed
is in
him?
the spotlight right now.
Yep. Garand is not paying attention to the dwarf at the bar. He's too busy
So-
getting 8 gold thrown at him.
so
Doug's the one who noticed him.
Yep.
so Doug's going to teleport to the group, or I guess to not Garon, and just say the two-fingered guy is at the bar.
Hey, you're gonna try to like go up to Garand on stage?
No, the group besides Garon.
You probably would have been at a table eating with them.
Oh, okay. I just would have seen him.
Yeah. You would have to. You would not, because you rolled a nat 20. You don't have to look very hard. You basically instantly spot him as
Okay.
Ron begins playing.
Doug is just gonna baseball code to the group and say, over there.
Thicket
Hey.
definitely knows what that all means.
What would it be a bad idea if I went and pickpocketed him?
Thicket waves back at Doug.
I mean, we can both go at the same time. And if one of us gets caught, then the other one possibly won't get noticed.
Mm,
But we also don't want to cause a scene in the bar.
yeah. How confident are you in your pickpocketing skills? Because I am very, very confident.
I mean, you can go for it. I guess I'll just stand behind and, like, I guess, arm's reach in case.
Okay. We got this. I want to sneak over and pickpocket the Two Fingers guy.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Can Doug
Come
get
on.
by doing, like, cover?
Hmm?
Like, can Doug do advantage by giving cover for, like,
What kind of cover do you mean?
like from audiences or like people possibly like looking at the area?
Like standing behind the guy, basically.
Yeah,
Sure.
between
Make
and,
a charisma-based stealth check to not be noticed by the guy while you do
charisma based
stealth check.
So
A natural 20.
Roll
Well,
me a
never-
d6 twice. What was that, Doug?
I said, well, I guess never mind then.
I think
That's
that's
fair.
a nat 10.
It is
Plus
a nat
10.
10, total of 20. But still,
Oh.
roll a d6 twice. I guess 2d6.
For me,
Damn it.
Nah, Gambit. Okay. Get two things, neither of which are money. The two things that you pull out of his pocket before you even step back to the table with the rest of you, as Doug steps by, and though his presence isn't really needed, he does give you some protection from the crowd that is also kind of focused on Garan, so everyone seems to be paying attention away from you. No one sees you as you slide past. Stepping back to the group, you see that you have taken a copper key and a silver ring.
Oh my goodness. That's. Is there like any inscriptions on the silver ring?
Oh, just a plain silver ring.
Plain silver ring. And a copper key.
Adding these to your inventory. As you slide back to the group and setting them on the table. Hey, why'd you leave me outside? I'd get me when you get back here. As you see a mechanical wooden man walk up to the table. I mean, really? Did you forget about me that fast?
Claude!
Could you
Yes,
forget
It is
about
Claude,
you?
right?
It is Claude.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All seem happy. Kind of. Not really. How'd the day go? Did you find the things you wanted? Did you get robbed? Like you wanted to happen?
Yeah.
So wait,
Yeah.
was Claude not on Maverick's back the whole time?
No, Claude was chilling with the cart in the stable.
Oh, that's right.
And he just walked in and was like, hey guys, what's up? Yeah, what happened? On any nasty adventures? Slay any dragons? I mean, I hope not.
Garan got stabbed.
Was it good stabbing or bad stab? I mean, he seems to be doing all right. He looks
Is
up to
there
the...
such a thing as good stabbing?
You know, I've been told so, but I don't know. That seems weird to me. I don't know why anyone would want to be stabbed, but you know, you never really know with people these days. I guess those days, 200, 400 years ago. 500? Something like that.
I guess blood packs could be a good thing, maybe.
You know, if it's with the right person, yes. Just don't do it with a hag. They're awful. Or vampires.
Have you done a blood pack, Claude?
I don't have blood.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long you've been a gem, or if you've always been a gem.
I've always been a gem. I was created for the purpose of guarding that door you went through.
And
I
you
mean,
did a really good job at it.
Dang right I did.
wouldn't that be kind of considered pactful of not letting us through?
Maybe not a blood pact. I mean, I was given orders and I did them for a while, and then I got bored, and then you showed up, and then you persuaded me, and now I'm here. So, I mean, it doesn't really change the fact that I'm a gemstone and I don't have blood. That's kind of a moot point, all things considered. So yes, he got stabbed. Was it a good stabbing or a bad stabbing?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Or was it like a medium stabbing? I don't know
Yeah,
if that's... It was a medium.
medium stabbing.
Okay, so what's a medium stabbing look like? Because I don't really know how that works.
Well, he
Right.
didn't die, so I guess it's a good stabbing.
Yeah, I would say it's a medium stabbing because it was kind of moot. See, he
Oh.
got stabbed, and then the guy that stabbed him cured his wounds.
Nice. So like a ritualistic stabbing.
Excuse me?
I've heard that that's the thing people do. They stab and then heal, sometimes like as an interrogation tactic.
Oh, that's definitely what happened.
In fact, I definitely heard of this cleric who was a cleric of Erebus, but not really, you know, I mean, they were real sketchy. And they would literally, to interrogate people, they would kill them and bring them back and kill them again until they told them what they wanted. It was
Oh,
That
awful.
sounds like a very expensive interrogation.
It was. But it worked. So why'd he get stabbed?
Why did he get stabbed?
I guess to see if he was telling the truth or not.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a test of
he had us. He had like this lady cast Zone of Truth on us anyway, so I don't
That's
know
fair.
why he did the stabbing.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to avoid the zone of truth. Or maybe he just wanted to stab someone.
Yeah, that might be it.
Find the guy's sister. It was sister, right? It wasn't like his mother or something? I know you were looking
We
for-
found more than the guy's sister. We found the guy's sister and the guy's sister's evil doppelganger.
Ooh, like an actual doppelganger, or just someone pretending to be someone else doppelganger?
It's unclear.
Ooh,
But Murphy.
Take it away, Maverick.
merfolk. Yeah, it's this blue person with long ears. That sounds like a merfolk. Yeah, well, I guess an adjacent merfolk, maybe a triton, half merfolk, or a sea elf or something. In fact, as he like looks up, quote unquote, points the gem toward the ceiling, I would have to say if it's blue with long ears, it is most definitely a sea elf. Then,
A seer?
sea elf. Sea elf.
Elf.
SEA
Elf of
space
the sea.
ELF. Yes, an
Of the
elf of the
ocean.
sea. Ocean elf.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like your comment is a little bit gimish, so it's kind of hard to understand.
Is that racist? I don't know if I technically count as a race for this purpose. Can someone be racist against me? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
We'll say that's a rocky terrain.
Oh, that's good. You're funny. Despite how quiet you are. You're funny.
Garon has taught me things about social puns, I guess.
Puns. Check something. Continue. Puns are good.
Doug is going to go up to once the person leaves for the night, the two-fingered guy,
He'll
Doug,
eventually get up after a few rounds and stumble toward them.
then Doug will just kind of question the bartender, the particular person.
You step up to the Goliath, Eleazar. Hey, What's up?
Hey, you know the person just sitting here a second ago?
Yep, dwarf.
Is he or she like a regular?
Hey, he's a regular. Comes by every couple of days. Spends the money he has. Leaves.
Does he
Always
ever
gets ale. Always ale.
carry a conversation?
Nope. Not much of a conversation type of bartender.
Or is
He
there
makes his
any-
order, he doesn't initiate conversation, and I don't ask. Garand, as you begin to play, lights begin to dance around you. Yellow lights. Yeah. Why? You looking for him or something? Is he a target or something?
No, I was just kind of curious in terms of if there's anyone that I know, I guess maybe a group of people that are like similar demeanor as that one, or if there's kind of like social like group that meets here casually.
Every now and again people come play dice, cards. I had the guys from the Shade Tree once come ask if they could meet here, and I told them no, I don't want any of that.
What is a shade tree?
Yeah, it's the group in town that basically is it's the group that doesn't like Salzander. Kind of a political opposition. They seem really paranoid. I haven't seen any indication of why they'd be paranoid. As long as they don't do anything bad, I don't think the Dawn Guard will have any reason to go after them.
Well, do
They
they
try to
have
keep things really quiet.
some sort of like distinguishable tell, like I don't know, like an emblem or like particular item?
Not that I know of. I mean, word on the street is they meet on Fridays.
Like in the area?
That depends. Sometimes they're in the dusk quarter, sometimes the night quarter. In fact, I could even give you information on where they might be meeting next, but that'll cost you.
Of course.
Huh? Information's not free. 5 gold. I
Well,
can give you a location.
How much would you want?
5 gold.
How about this? What if we continue to bring in customers and
Pay full price and also 5 gold, or just the 5?
Let's see what Doug has.
Listen, I'm a pretty kind guy. Honestly, 5 gold is pretty nice. Like you people, this guy's a good musician, but I can't be doing everything for free, you know?
Okay, well, tell you what, 5 gold if you can give me like date, location, the whole thing.
Done. He puts his hand out.
Do you
Okay.
like these guys?
Did Thicket go up with Doug to the bar?
I guess.
Looks down. I'm indifferent. I mean, sometimes the non-god gets in my business, but I wouldn't really mind or care if there's a change in power or anything. I don't want anything major to happen. But, well, nothing that's going to impact me personally. As long as it doesn't do that, I don't really care. But so far, from what I understand, this shade tree isn't, they're not so big of a problem or anything. There's not someone coming out and challenging Salzander. Just seems to be a wide group of people that don't like him. Did Doug pay the 5 gold?
Yeah, Doug will pay the 5. And he asks, this is like, fully confidential, of course, correct?
Of course. Shakes your hand. Friday night, 11 o'clock, Hearth and Haven Inn. Or Hearth and Haven Bakery. Up in the Dawn Quarter.
Hearth and Haven?
Yep,
Bakery?
Hearth and Haven Bakery.
And you
Dawn
said
Quarter.
11.
11 p.m. Friday night.
Okay.
That's where they're meeting next.
So I'm trying to change my gold pieces down by 2, but it's not changing.
Come again?
I said I'm
gold.
I'm trying to change my gold pieces from 63 to 58, but it's not changing.
There you go. Did you make sure to click on it first?
Yes.
Odd. I don't know why it wouldn't change. It's
Okay.
changed now. Yeah. Sometimes there's a password, or at least that's what I've been told, but I've never got the password. But if you just tell him who you are, tell him how much you like, maybe you can persuade him to let you in. That or talk one of the people that like him.
Got it.
I mean, it's like all political movements, right? It always starts in the back of some kind of bar or something.
Yeah, choose words.
Anyway, that's all I've got for the youth for the moment. Now, let me know if there's anything else you need information on. Maybe I got something.
Of course.
Garand. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. Continue, Dave.
No, I was just saying, of course, we'll keep in touch.
Perfect. Garand, you feel the sound of wind around you. Like, as these lights continue to dance around you before a small version, maybe 8 inches tall, of Doug begins dancing on the ground in front of you, appears, and begins to do a jig.
Okay. Do you need me to make something to not like lose my place?
Nope, you can decide how to react to how you want. You're pretty experienced. You've seen weird things before.
Not typically in the middle of a show, but all right then. Yeah, I will find a way to dance the jig along with cartoon mini Doug.
All right. As the night goes on, it continues to occasionally transform into another party member. Even at one point, seeming to be Thicket as a horse, dancing around, running around your feet. You're not sure where this is coming from, but someone is using magic. It doesn't seem to directly interact with your show, except that it's like doing stuff around you.
I mean, I'm all about extra help, so I'll definitely try to get people to every once in a while enjoy the show being put on by the magical creation.
Can Gambit like scan the crowd and see if he sees anyone doing any like semantic or
Make an investigation
like
check.
verbal?
Thicket would like to as well.
Both of you, Thicket, make a investigation check. Probably.
Can it be insight?
I'll let it be perception.
And
Okay.
see this figure in front of Garon?
What was that?
Can everybody see this figure in front of Garon?
Yes.
Can Doug somehow see if it's that dragon prankster?
How would Doug be able to see it? Is he just looking for a dragon?
I guess trying to remember like how tall the butterfly dragon was or whatnot.
Yeah, if you're trying to look around for the butterfly dragon, make a investigation or perception check. Alright, so both of you would notice, as you're looking around, you see there are a couple of old wooden kind of chandeliers, less like chandeliers and more just like wooden candle holders. Well, I guess wooden on the base of the candles, but I'm sorry, metal on the base of the candles, but hanging fairly basic chandelier candelabras hanging at the top or off the ceiling, and the one that's closer to the stage, both of you notice, is tilting just a bit on the side, as if there were something hanging or sitting on one side of it, and not. There's nothing there, not that you can see anyway, but it is acting as if there's something there.
Doug just looks at Thicket and is like, "You see something over there?"
Thicket uses what is it called?
Oh, Thicket, you also got like a natural 20 on your perception check, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It unfortunately it still won't get you more than knowing that there's definitely something hanging on the chandelier
Yeah.
because you
Thicket
can't see it.
will use Fuegatito and just have it go sit by the invisible thing.
Sure. As you create the small cat of flame, you toss it into the air and it flies up and kind of lands without any real weight because Fuegatito doesn't have weight, but sits on the other side of the candelabra. Which doesn't really move in reaction to it.
Like from Pokemon. That's awesome.
A little fire cat that Thicket can make.
Wait, what just happened?
Thicket basically threw a tiny fire, like cat made of fire that is now Fire kitten sitting on the opposite side of the candelabra from the seemingly invisible creature.
Can Doug teleport and then try to quickly grab?
Are you? So just to be clear, you want to send a copy of you up to this candelabra in the middle of the bar
in the very crowded room.
Swap with it and try to grab something off the candelabra.
Oh, I forgot it's in the middle.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you want to start a bar fight, that's a way to start a bar fight. But
you know what? Doug is just going to, I guess, casually walk along close to the candelabra. One elbow on the bar, and then just casually lounging.
So just casually hanging out at the bar while keeping an eye on the candelabra?
Yeah.
You do see at one point, as Garon's playing a more upbeat song, the candelabra does seem to slightly swing to the beat of the song.
The fire kitten will try and feel out in the invisible air and headbutt whatever is solid in the invisibleness. Little cat headbutt.
Make an attack roll, I guess, with it. If you can bonk. Casual head bonk. With disadvantage.
There's one. And there's two.
It does not feel anything as it swipes around. It doesn't hit anything. All right. Unless y'all do anything to try and move it, the candelabra will continue to be turned off to the side, and I have a flaming kitten hang out with it for the rest of Garon's show, continuing to have various party members do various dances in the front row.
Is this
chill with this?
Does it seem to be like a theme of the bar?
No. Everyone else seems just as surprised as y'all. They assume it's part of Garon's show. You do remember there is... I guess make an intelligence check, Doug. See if Doug would remember this.
Maury forgot the name of the fairy dragon. Please help, DM.
Make an intelligence check, Maury.
Well, Thicket remembers.
What did Thicket remember?
I don't.
It was weeks ago. Make an easy intelligence check.
Thicket loves everything small and cute.
It's going to be a very easy intelligence check then.
Intelligence. Where is intelligence? There it is.
Told you it'd be easy. You'll remember that the fairy dragon that y'all met is named Izu.
Thank you.
Hasn't shown up for a while, like a solid, not quite a full month, but a while since it last did anything that y'all are aware of. But it seems to still be around.
Looks like he's been following us for a little bit of a while. If he made an illusion of to get us a horse.
Seems like it. As the hours wind down, eventually the candelabra lifts back up as if there's no longer anything on it. You don't know where the creature may have gone, where Izu might be, as probably around 1 a.m. Garon's show will finish and taper off, resounding applause and no bar fights. Is the party then taking a long rest?
I hope
Yeah,
so.
Ron definitely is.
Is there anything the party would like to do over the rest?
Identify the red gem.
All right. With an easy identify spell, you'll become aware that this is fire dust. So though it is not in a physical dust form, it is of a type of gemstone called dust, native to the world of Remnant. This uncut gemstone gives off a slight glow and is warm to the touch. As an action, you can throw the gem to a point within 30 feet and cause it to explode in a flash of heat and light. All creatures within 10 feet of that point must make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw, taking 2d6 fire damage and being blinded until the end of their next turn on a failed save, or taking half as much damage and not being blinded on a successful one. It is a common magic item. Similar to the gemstones that I believe Cedar is still holding on to. Earth dust, and someone has the air dust. I don't know who it is. I think someone has air dust at least.
Thicket has it.
Thicket has the air dust. Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Yes, sir.
I picked up this, and Gambit's gonna hold out the silver ring. I know nothing about magic whatsoever, and I don't think this is magical. But if you could just give it a check.
Perfectly fine.
Thanks.
So
You
I'll do the
identify
ritual for that as well.
Yeah, it's just a ring. It's a non-magical ring, probably worth 10, 15 gold.
I will let him know as much. And the dust, those are also can be used as material components for something, like to craft or something.
Yep, you can try and use them to craft special equipment with the element. They can also be refined into more valuable types of the same thing. From raw to powdered to crystal. Though, technically, you need raw to go straight to crystal, and there's a chance of getting powdered. You can also go straight from raw to powdered version. There is a chance of failure, but someone who's proficient could definitely try and refine it into a more powerful variant of the gem.
So there's a possibility to use as
Yeah?
I thought Doug wanted to say something, so I stopped.
Doug?
Oh, I did. Oh, did you say yes to my question?
How was the question?
So it could probably be used as an enchantment of some sort?
Yeah. It can be used as part of the material for an enchantment. Like if you wanted to enchant a sword to do slightly more fire damage, you could potentially use fire dust to infuse it into the weapon.
Okay.
I'm going to. I want to wait for Ethan to be able to interact with Maverick and see if that's something that he wants to work towards, as being like a crafter of some kind. Because I think we had that kind of conversation, but I don't really fully remember what his thought process was. I know he really likes to punch things. That's
Sure, he does.
But if not, then maybe that can be a good trade for when it comes time to try to repair certain weapons belonging to certain dogs.
Potentially. So, is there anything else y'all are doing over the evening? Garand? Maverick? Gambit?
Yep.
Are you doing anything in particular, Gambit? Cedar?
No.
Doug?
Doug is just going to read a message from
Gonna
the
what?
bartender.
Gonna what?
Yeah, Doug is just going to relay what he heard from the bartender to the group about Friday night's meeting.
Friday at 11 o'clock?
Yep.
At the Hearth and Haven.
Yep. Because it's Wednesday, right?
Yep. It'll be moving into Thursday. Okay.
Ooh.
Alright. As everyone gets some rest. Cedar. You find yourself dreaming, standing at the base of a stone altar. Same one you'd seen before as you stand in the middle of this forest. Swampland and forest, willow trees as far as the eye can see. Surrounding the altar are various houses made of thatch and wood, standing just above the murky swamp water beneath. This stone structure that juts out of the water itself seems much older than any of the things around it. And as you find yourself walking up to the top, you see that there are 4 pillars flanking this central altar. This 6 foot long, 3 foot deep or wide stone altar. Where previously, the last time you'd had this dream, there was nothing on it. You look around and see everything seems almost gray. A lack of color. Looking to the sky, the moon itself seems almost dim. And as you look back at the altar, you see a weapon. Stabbed into the altar is a sword. Really short. It's hard to tell exactly how long it is. There's approximately a foot and a half of blade outside of the stone. And the handle coming up from that. You see the sword, the back half of which, as it seems to be a one-sided blade. Make sure I know which that. You see this weapon is made of the metal material, that's the word, appears to be made of silver. The back side of the blade that secures the rest of it is made of silver, leading down into the handle and the small crossguard. The blade itself seems to be made of an ornate gemstone, carefully crafted and carved to a point, or to a sharp blade. You can almost look through the gemstone, but at the same time it seems to almost be reflecting the grayish area around it. And despite everything else looking dim, it looks fully colored. It looks deep and this green serpentine gemstone blade of this sword. Set into the pommel at the top is another single cut serpentine. You find yourself reaching out for it. You see another hand coming out of the darkness of a hooded figure reaching toward the same blade. And the dream ends. Garand, you are awoken from your sleep, sitting up, feeling an odd connection, like something's calling you. As you sit up, you get off the bed. There are several beds. You've got 2 rooms, I believe. As you stand up and walk toward the window, you open the window, look outside toward the east. You see, coming over the sea, deep in the distance, 30, 40 miles away, you see lightning flash, and after quite a few seconds, you hear the crack of thunder in your ears. Seems some storm is approaching. As the party finishes their long rest, that is where we will call it for the night.
Oh yeah, build up epic.
Long rest achieved. Which means now officially Gambit and Maverick are fully level 5.
Yay!
And it will, when we return, it'll be 9 a.m. Thursday the 20th. Y'all have a mystery person on the loose. You have people to protect, whatever else you're going to want to end up doing. And Friday night at 11 o'clock, the Shade Tree meeting. The Shade Tree may be what I end up calling the next episode, because that's probably what's going to end up happening. Your next session. Good job, guys.
You should name the next session Shady Dealings.
Shady Dealings.
Or something like that.
What do y'all think I should name this session?
Hold person part 2.
Hold your horses.
Ah, love it.
Okay. It's fine. Acceptable name.
Could do the runaways because of the number of people that tried to run away from us tonight.
That's a good one too.
I don't need to give you 33,000 XP. I just need to give you 3,300.
Horse racing and bath salts.
Yes, you do. 33,000 each. You heard
No.
them. 33,000 each.
Nope. 3,300 total. Each of you gets 550 XP.
Maury, I when I saw the key from the dwarf, I immediately imagined him doing the Kava idol where he looks in his pocket and he can't find the key.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be him later.
Yeah, you gave him a very bad night. He's gonna get home drunk and realize he doesn't have his house key. I guess that's acceptable revenge for stealing arcane focus. Imagine if you hadn't realized that and got into a fight and needed something with material components.
Yeah, that would have been bad news bears.
Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. I tried to make it interesting and fun. Y'all got a lot done, as your roleplay sessions tend to. Y'all are very good at getting a lot done very fast. I think that's where we're going to end the recording for the night. We'll probably hang out for a couple minutes. I have something to talk to y'all about after the recording's off. But for the moment, goodbye, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.